Welcome back to another Brokowskis YouTube video. Today we got 4 players you need to be starting in your fantasy lineup. These aren't exactly the fantasy superstars. The players are starting every single week, but these are fringe starters who have good matchups or have good opportunity to put up good points for you this week. And before we get into it, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're coming out with 3 sits tomorrow. You guys don't want to miss that video, and we're going to aim for 100 likes on this video. If we can hit that, that would be awesome.
Boys, the first player you guys want to start in every one of your fantasy lineups is Ernest Johnson. This guy, last time he started, got 22 carries, over 140 yards, and got in the end zone. He had over 24 fantasy points. Nick Chubb has already been ruled out. Kareem Hunt is not playing. Even the catching back, Demetric Felton, is not playing. Ernest has such a good chance to pop off this week. He's also going against the New England Patriots, who this year have been a middle-of-the-road team against running backs. The Browns also have such an insane O-line. They have one of the best units in the league, so Ernest has such a high chance to succeed. Last time, he wasn't only a scrub running back, he looked like a great player, breaking tackles, getting loose. So boys, make sure you have him in your starting lineup.
And our second start of the week is Julio Jones. He has been wildly disappointing this year, averaging 9 fantasy points a game in a PPR format. But in week 2, he did show that he still has that upside, having 6 catches for 128 yards, over 18 fantasy points that game. So the upside is still there. Plus, they are versing the New Orleans Saints this weekend. The Saints are 30th against wide receivers, and Marshawn Lattimore, their best corner by far, will be mainly covering A.J. Brown, leaving Julio on the second corner with a great chance to succeed. The main concern with Julio this year has been that hamstring injury, but against the Rams last week, he did look better, he looked faster. He is still limited this week in practice with that hamstring injury, but it's suspected that it's more maintenance related this week and not an actual concern going into the game against the Saints.
Our third start of the week is Dan Arnold. This guy has gotten 30 targets over the last 4 games. The Jaguars are down almost every game, so Trevor Lawrence is forced to pass the ball. Another thing, don't start this guy if you have an elite tight end. This guy's just a good streaming option. Dan Arnold has emerged as one of Trevor Lawrence's favorite targets. You got Marvin Jones there. You got Agnew catching some passes. Chenault has been disappointing. But Dan Arnold's a great option. He does get a lot of red zone targets. And against this Indianapolis Colts team, the Jaguars should be down big. So Trevor Lawrence should have to sling the ball. And a lot of those targets should be going to Dan Arnold. And just to reiterate, this guy is not a superstar this week at tight end. This guy should only be played if you don't have any tight end. If you have any of the Elite 7, and probably even Elite 10, you should not start Dan. But if you're desperate and he's on your waiver wires, pick him up and start him this week. He should have a good game.
And our fourth start of the week is Mark Ingram. This is heavily reliant on if Kamara doesn't play, so this is kind of a bonus one. But if Kamara does not start against the Tennessee Titans, Mark Ingram is primed for a great fantasy game. Even last week against the Falcons, Mark Ingram only had 4 less carries and he had 1 more catch than Kamara. So even last week they were splitting the backfield. If Kamara doesn't play, he should have full reign of this backfield and should have a great game. Earlier in the year, Mark Ingram did not look like a startable running back on the Texans, but since reuniting with the Saints and Sean Payton, he has looked way better, much more efficient, and a much better player in fantasy.
And boys, thanks so much for watching the video. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe because tomorrow we're coming out with 3 sits that you guys do not want to be starting. Also boys, make sure you hit that like. If you comment, the secret word will like and reply to your comment. And boys, thanks so much for hopping in. We'll see y'all later.